Good morning. I can't believe this. We're still running around like crazy getting our patterns. And it's a good thing. Everybody's going to want this pattern because it is the best bob block ever. It's ingenious. You ready to see an ingenious block? Yes. Yay! You're going to love this. It's called the Hunter's Star. There is no way I would ever try to do this without Accuquilt. It's just that good. And Joan didn't come because she made it without Accuquilt, and I wanted her to compare it. You ready to see what it looks like?
Yeah.
Are you gonna make lots of noise?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, I'm gonna show the traditional one first. And this is Sue.
Hello.
Hi, Sue.
Hi.
This is my assistant. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Whoa! What do you think?
Yeah.
Does it look hard?
Nice.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Good. And is it hard?
Yes.
No, not with Accuquilt. No, it is really good. So it's really great if you just pick two fabrics, two very contrasty fabrics. Those are as different as you can get, huh? And I really like batiks because they're stiff and they just feed through so easily. It's just great. Okay, so this is 9 blocks. 9 blocks. You want to see the back?
Yeah.
Okay, wait till you see the back. This is
You really see the
incredible.
quilting.
So we are so bad. We didn't write who quilted this. Who quilted it? Who do you think?
Judy.
Judy
Jackson.
Jackson quilted it. You know, now Judy actually pins her name to the back. She should, huh? That is so beautiful. Judy Jackson did it. Actually, you could use it as a flip side, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, 2 fabrics, 9 blocks. Batik is great, very contrasty. That's good. And then, okay, now Sue gets to hang this one up.
I will.
And, pardon me? Is it white batik?
No,
White batik?
it's not petite. Not the white.
Huh, that's interesting.
Whites are difficult to be batik. It's
What?
usually done outdoors. The whites are done indoors inside a warehouse. There's certain companies that do it. Island does do a lot of them.
Island Batiks is just near us here in California. So I hope everybody heard that.
No, you can repeat it.
Oh, okay, he said that white batiks are hard to do because all of the batiks are done out of doors and the whites are done indoors, and so it's difficult to get. Most people don't produce white batiks, but Island Batiks, which is very near and very close to Orion, does them. That's good, huh?
Yes.
Okay, so this is Sue. You know,
Hi
Sue
again.
always does something different. Are you
Oh,
ready?
well.
Always does something different.
Oh, awesome. Oh, I like that.
Isn't that fun?
Huh?
Yeah.
So basically what is different is that there's 2 colors in the stars. Isn't that fun?
Yes.
So,
It's fat quarter.
look at your pattern. Is that on the back sheet?
Friday.
Okay,
It's
open up your
inside.
pattern. It's inside. So you're going to have to remember the last page and the inside and see if it's there. Whoa, pattern's hot off the press.
Press.
You see it? So you can remember it, and if you want to do it just like that. Only 4 blocks, very easy. Oh, no quilting, but wait till you see the back. Ta-da!
Well, you can sort of see the blue. The blue quilting.
Sort of.
Oh, well.
And I put a label on mine.
Yeah, it says Piece by Sue Bouchard, but not the
I don't
quilter,
remember who
unless you
quilted
did.
it.
I know. We're getting old. We can't remember who does stuff. And we're getting so many.
Yeah.
So many. Isn't that
Okay,
cute?
so I'll put it up.
And so she can put that one up too. And I have Diana, her mom, come. You want to show your moms? We'll show your moms first. Her mom is new to Accuquilt. And so she had my pattern and she had so much fun. And this is what she did. Isn't that fun? So she wanted it to look very Christmassy, and it really does, huh? So basically, she pretty much made the block the same. She did 2 different colors of stars, and then she went and appliqued a little trunk on the bottom of her tree. Isn't that cute?
Clever. That's very
so
clever.
this one, if you want to remember this one, you will have to take a photograph after this later, because it's just really cute. And she did a quick turn, and look at her back.
Very cool. Wow.
Very nice. No, I get it. It's reversible.
Yes.
Fall,
Yes.
and then you flip it over, and it's
You ready for Christmas?
See, with our small homes, this is really getting good, huh? That is really, really
like
cool.
stuck in there.
And she did a quick turn, no binding. So your mom hasn't been quilting that long.
No, actually, she's really new. She's learning because she's staying with me right now, and I'm sewing all the time, so she helps me, and she's learning.
Not on. Sorry.
This one's not on?
No.
I'll repeat it.
Oh, Eric's going to turn it on.
Oh,
Oh, I'll tuck in her shoulder. So my mom's
No, her
new
boob.
to sewing, and she sees some of the patterns that I do and stars and things like that, and I like to do table runners that have 2 different themes on them. So when she made this one, I told her to go pick a solid for the back, and she said, no, I want to make something different so I can use it twice. And so she pieced this together from a little fat quarter bundle.
Very cute.
She's learning very
So
quickly.
that means if she gets her own place, that goes with her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. So she's got to load up on quilts while she's staying with you, huh? So Diana did a large top, a very large top. You will not even recognize it as Hunter's Star. It's scrappy, and this is the back. And what's really cool is that the back looks as good as the front. All of the seams lay perfectly flat. They all lock together. They all lock together.
Oh my gosh.
Woo! So you walk around and I'll hold it because you have to talk about it. See if you
But I
can.
have to get on someone's mic.
But I think Eric
I have to
turned
come
it
with
on.
you.
Eric, turn the mic on. Take the mic with you.
Oh, is it on now?
It's on.
I don't know how it
I'll
comes
just
out.
hold it. Yeah. So this is a variation of the Hunter Star and the Sunbonnet Sue and Overall Sam and Eleanor's Harrison Star. I wanted to make a Sunbonnet Sue quilt, but it's just something about the traditional Sunbonnet Sue quilt. Didn't really do it for me, but I decided if I put all these together, it would be really fun. And I have 4 cats, so I added cats to it, and I call it Kitties in a Garden.
So you can see the block with the green stars. If you just really look at it, it's scrappy, and I have never
Yeah.
seen a scrappy Hunter Star. So it's really cool.
So this one is going to go on my bed. I'm keeping it.
Yay! Bradley's going to be so excited.
Yes.
And talk about the border. I really love your border selection.
Well, the borders I actually brought into class. I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do, and Brenda and Nancy helped me out, and we raided the store with a great selection here, and we found these borders that just accent everything in the center, so I love it. Good,
I think
nice,
it's
bright
really
red.
great. The thing is, that color, it's dominant when you
Yeah.
look at it, and you have to pull the whole quilt together
Yeah.
with something that dominates. I always have trouble with reds. I never know where to
Yeah.
put them.
Brenda
but
and
you
Nancy
have
really
to
helped me
equally
out.
space them throughout your quilt to make them look good. And she did.
But the quilt top was really easy. It was supposed to be small, but with the Accuquilt, I just got to cutting and cutting and cutting, and it just kind of grew, and
That's what happens.
it was easy to
That's
cut.
what
and-
happens to you.
Yeah.
I think we have at least 2 Accuquilt virgins here. In the back row, yes? A
Yes.
pair, a couple. Are you the virgins for Accuquilt?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. And are you new to Accuquilt? Oh my goodness. Anybody else new to Accuquilt?
David
Let me
back
see.
there.
David, all right, cool. You are going to love it. Whoa, I'm excited for you.
You used Accuquilt for the Sunbonnet Sue and...
That's right. I used
Uh-huh.
Accuquilt for everything except the cats.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you about.
The cats, I went on a search on Google for cat silhouettes and really just found things that fit. Yeah.
But don't they have one on
And
the studio?
Accuquilt has a few cat quilt.
Yeah,
cat
that's an adorable
dyes.
one. Oh, you know what? Okay, Nancy, you have a little shoe box that has the Accuquilt. Is it the kitty or the dog?
This one,
I saw.
This one is
Okay, keep it going. Okay, let me just show you real quick. Here you go. Ta-da! Isn't that cute? She's asking for fat quarter donations. This is going to the hospitals.
Hospice.
Hospice.
This is for patients to put all their medications in, so I'm covering shoe boxes.
So one of the new dies is the kitty.
Oh,
Here on the table.
one of the new dies is the kitty. All right, are you ready?
Yep.
Are we ready?
We're ready.
Whoa. So this is so fun. Out of one light 4.5-inch strip and one dark 4.5-inch strip, you can make a whole block. Ah, ooh. And there's only one die for it. One die. This is it right here. And the number is, let me see. Oh, I got to open my book and find it. The die number is 55166. And you can get it right here at Quilt in a Day. We have a whole stack of them. And remember, you also need to have a 6x12 mat to cover it. Okay? That's easy enough to remember. So if you want to do like Sue, she did only 4 blocks. She only needs 4 strips of each. And what's the size? 4.5. 4.5. Yeah, and only a light and a dark. So I have the dark first. And what I'm going to do is just fold it in fours. And then all you have to do is just cut it on the folds. You cut it into 4, 4.5, and it's just about 11. But you know what? You don't even really have to measure because you just cut it on the folds. And then you get rid of it. Is that easy? Yes. Look, she's smiling. She's smiling. So how easy is that? So there is a little bit of, I call this rough cutting. That's when you just cut a big old piece and it doesn't even have to be that accurate. Okay, and then once you are done cutting those 4 pieces, then you just take them and you stack them all right side up. That's smart, right? Yes. Okay, and one of the reasons that I like, oh, you can tell the right and wrong from this one. One of the reasons that I really like to do batiks is because if you screw up, you can't tell the right from the wrong side. Right?
Yes.
Is that good? I think that's really good. And so what I'm actually going to do is set these aside for my next quilt because I am in progress here. Ooh. Is that pretty? So you have 4 parts on your die. You have 2 diamonds. Okay, you have 2 diamonds. You have a triangle, and you have a trapezoid. Okay? And look how they're all real close together, huh? Isn't that amazing? Okay, so I'm just going to take 4. If you want to get done fast, you could do 6. 4 will make 1 block, but 6 will make 1.5. Ah, so I just have 4, and that's going to finish my 1 block. Okay, so Sue is using the Go Big.
It's going.
Yes, stand
This is the
up
first time
if
I've
you
used
never
the Go
saw
Big.
this.
I know.
Yeah, she's working really hard.
That was really hard.
Okay, did you see that? Are you agog? Yeah. Slide it off. Woo! Take the extras and just pick it up. Doo-doo, peel it off your die.
Get rid of it.
Are you impressed? Yes. I thought you, oh, and look, there's these cute little triangles here. Get rid of those. Okay, I would keep these in 2 stacks. You have like a left and a right. Just keep them separate. And then the trapezoid here. And look at these cute little things. Aren't they cute? Get rid of them. Okay, that is 4 light. And now I'm going to take 4 dark. Ta-da! And they're kind of all stacked up. And put
I get
the
to do it
mat
again.
on top. Okay, get your finger ready for the hard work.
Like I said, Sue, you'll never use the other one.
I know.
I know. This is the problem. This is the
I know where this
absolute
one lives.
problem.
Okay, there you go.
Doo-doo. One block is
This is really
cut.
nice, this machine.
Aren't you glad you brought your husband along so he gets excited about this too? Huh?
Eleanor reminded us of power.
Yeah, husband
It's
and
a
wallet.
power tool. You could put this in your workshop, in the garage if you want.
Poor guy hasn't got a chance. He's got to leave.
Isn't that fun?
Football season.
Huh? In football season? All right. So my thoughts on this is that this is such a beautiful quilt that if you want to make a prize-winning quilt, you pick out really gorgeous colors and you will win a prize. Don't you think?
Yes.
I think so. I just think so too. Okay, so now we got them all. One block is all cut. So now I'm going to go to page. Ooh, I think I skipped too many. All right, page 6. Page 6. And it says you have light trapezoids and then you have dark diamonds. Okay, and this is what you're going to find out. This is what's very important. There's two sides to this diamond, okay? I need to have both sides, but there is a square side, a 90-degree angle side. Do you see that right there? Okay, let me slide this over. This is 90 degrees when you go like that. See that? 90 degrees. Is Eric real close on it? And then see this one? It's an angle. It's an angle. Okay, so look at your pattern. It says square ends. Square ends. And right now the square ends go at the top and the angle goes at the bottom.
Did you circle that? That's
Okay.
very important.
Yeah. Well, I think
Good.
I circled it in the book. Okay. Square at the top, angles at the bottom. Okay? And you're going to see when you take this and you put this on the bottom and you flip this right sides together. Doo-doo! You got to go, ooh, look at that. Ah. It lines up at the top and it lines up on the angle. Do you like that?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to do 2 for you, and then I'll show you why you're not going to make a mistake. You have to use a 1/4-inch seam, and Sue put a little jumper in there, a little jumper fabric, and I highly recommend jumper fabrics. And I am following along at the 1/4-inch line. I have on my, oh, thank you. She's giving me my water. It's so, I'm just dying of thirst. Okay, so I'm going to take this out and show you. You have to make 4 for 1 block, but I already have some of them done. Okay? Okay, so now I'm going to take it back and show you. See how it's all lined up right here. My bracelet is too noisy. Okay, here we go. So it's lined up here and it's on the angle here. So then you just take it and you open it up and you press the seams toward the dark. Okay?
Wow.
Wow, and see how it's all lined up here and here. And I'm going to take one that I didn't sew, and I'm just going to try to screw it up. Okay, okay. So there, I have the angle at the top and the square at the bottom, and when I pick it up and put it right sides together, it doesn't fit. Oh, you think you could do that?
Okay.
But look, if you have batiks, you can just go ahead and turn it over. Let me see. And it would work. Okay, so remember, square at the top and angle at the bottom, okay? And how do you press? Toward the dark. Okay, so then go to the other side. Okay, now you reverse. Now you have the square end at the bottom. Let me see, I think I have to have the square end at the bottom and the angle at the top, right? So now I'm just going to take one of them. Is that what it says? Flip it, right sides together. This is hard for me. Okay, wait, I'm flipping it wrong. Let me, okay. So it's still at the top. I'm right. Okay, it's still at the top. So I've already done this one. I'm right. I have it right. I told you wrong. The square on both of them, side by side, is at the top. And just put it in there and sew it along. Ta-da! I always get you guys confused. It's because I'm dyslexic too. Okay, so when you sew that, see how it has to go right out to the point, right down there, and how do you press your seams?
To the dark.
Ah, what do you think? Looks just right, huh? Okay, and now let's go to the next page. Turn it around like that. Okay? Are you on the next page?
Yes. Nice.
Like that? I'm page 7. Oops, wait, go in closer. Closer, closer.
There you go.
There, nice. Can you see it? I'm going to get rid of this red thread. So when you flip it right sides together, look at this. Lined up at the top and lined up at the bottom. Perfect. Can you see that? Okay, it's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect.
Sorry.
So now,
gonna go in
quarter
front of
inch
the
seam. You have to have a quarter-inch seam. Follow your quarter-inch line on your foot. Use a quarter-inch foot. Use a single-hole throw plate so that it doesn't jam up. And just go and keep that seam straight. And match up your ends. Ta-da! And what I did, I was afraid that I would forget this. And so in my book, I went and I highlighted how I'm supposed to press this. So now on number 9, how am I supposed to press this seam? Toward the trapezoid and the diamonds, okay? Oh, well, it would have been really good if I sewed a quarter-inch seam the whole way. Okay, so put that on the top, and Sue's going to press it, and I'm going to quickly replace it with one that I sewed really nice when I was
Here you
at
go.
home. Woo! Here, let's trade. Okay. Get rid of that one. I sewed one really nice at home.
This one's very nice.
That's very nice. I wasn't trying to do it upside down and show the camera.
Here you go.
Ah, it's perfect. Eric, you can go as close as you want. Seams pressed toward the diamonds, towards the dark. Seams pressed toward the trapezoid. Everything all lined up. What's on the ends? On the ends. On the ends. The angle. The angle. And that's half of it. We're halfway done. Okay, take the page, turn it. And now we need, what do we need? the dark trapezoid.
It's like a mirror image.
Yeah, like the dark trapezoid. We need the white diamonds. And now we turn them so that the square ends go at the top. There. And we take from the second stack and we put them so that the square ends are at the top. Okay?
Nice.
Is that good? Okay, I'm not going to press this one. Okay, flip it right sides together. That's how it goes. And let's sew it and match it up. And I'm going to watch what I am doing very carefully. And I'm going to make the point of my, oops, she's moving it. The point of my needle go right in there. And I'm going to follow the 1/4 inch line. And let's look. Oh, this is good. Okay, I'm doing better now. See that right there? Starts right there, and it comes right off the end. Okay? Then you take the next one, and you flip it right sides together. See? And let's sew it so that we have it like this. And put the 1/4 inch foot down. Sue, you're going to be so impressed. I did this one really good.
Good.
Sew off the end. Perfect 1/4. Okay, now look. Is that good? Right there.
That
1/4
looks real
inch,
good.
right off the end. I did it good. And how do you press the seam? Oh! Look at 5.
Dark.
Toward the dark trapezoid. You have to do this. Every single seam, you have to do it right, or else it won't lock together. And you want it to lock together, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So now,
This is
Did I
very
do it
nice.
good?
Very nice job.
do I do it? Very nice. Good. And now,
Or I'd throw it over his shoulder.
huh? And
That would be
now,
pretty funny.
I'm at the top of page 9. And see how that lays like that? There's the dark triangle. There's those pieces. Flip them right sides together. Ooh, Eric, show them, show them. See how that lines up? Thank you, Nancy.
Wow.
It's really doing good. Okay, be watching. How am I supposed to press this? You know what I would do too? I would go through and mark all of the pressing because you have to do it right. Now, why am I telling you that? Why do you think I'm suggesting you mark them?
So they lock together.
So they lock together. Okay, toward the dark triangle. Okay, toward the dark. Okay, just let me show Eric. I'm bragging. Look at that. Goes right out to the point. Right out to the point. Oh, you know what? That's a little shy. That's about an 1/8 or a 16th inch off. I'm not going to accept that. I am going to start in the middle and sew it again because it'll be so much better. Okay, now we're going to look at it. Oh, look at that. That's all that you needed to do. Made it so much better. Okay, set the seam with the dark triangle on top. Open and press
And you pressed it towards.
The dark. I always press it towards the dark,
to the dark triangle.
regardless of the shape.
Oh, okay.
Here you
Well, okay, so let's see. Ah, look
Here's
at
your other.
that.
Oh, do you have another one?
No, I actually ended up only doing one. So watch this. Ooh. Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh. So now, to make a block, you need 4 of them. You need 4 of them. So when I flip this right sides together, this is going to lock right up. This is going to match right at the top. See? lock right here. Lock means the seams are going in opposite directions. This is going towards the dark, that's going towards the dark. So that locks. Now go down here. This one goes toward the dark, toward the dark, and this one goes toward the dark, and this little corner right here lines up. Okay?
Cool.
Huh? I recommend no pins.
I didn't pin mine either because it
You
just
know what?
nestles in there.
It shifts. It will shift. It will shift if you pin, but if you don't pin, everything locks and you just work. Okay, so now I'm at a locking part, so I'm just going to line it up. I just put my finger on it. When it's flat, you will know it's locked together. Okay, go across that match point, then go to the next match point, and it will lock together. Just line it up. You can look at it and see it and roll it right on there. Okay, and then sew it along and match up that little point at the end. Match it up. Hold it down. Use your stiletto. Use your 1/4 inch line and now sew right off that little tip. I did it! I did it! I did it! Okay, now you ready to see?
Yes.
Okay, so right here, see I'm right out at the point. Here I'm right out at the point. These are all locked up. Let me see. I get to look first. You ready? Ooh.
That's why we have you do the pattern. That's why she makes the big bucks.
That's why I get the big bucks, yeah. That's why I get the big bucks. Okay, so now you're supposed to set the seam with the dark on the top, open and press toward the dark. Ta-da!
You should be able to buy an ocean liner with this pattern, Eleanor.
What's that?
An ocean liner.
You should be able to buy an ocean liner with this.
You know what? This is just the coolest thing once you get into the rhythm. Okay, so
There you go.
now, okay, so I have 4 all alike. 4 all alike. Okay, so now let me see if I can do it like the pattern. Okay, so what I start and I just put 1 out and then I focus on the star right here. So now this is dark, so you put a light triangle by it. Okay, there, it's looking right. Now you turn it, light triangle beside it, and then turn it again. Oop, is that gonna work? Oop. Like that?
Yes. Wow.
Okay, but wait, there's more.
Wow.
We're gonna make that center flat. Oh, look at that. Does that look good? Right in the middle? Right in the middle. Ah.
Yeah.
And you go, how are you going to get all those little points in there? Look at the back side. It's so cute. Isn't that cute? It's as cute on the back as on the front. Okay, so we're going to take this piece and make sure, look right at the tips right now, because if they're not perfect, if you don't have perfect tips, you're never going to get a good star, right? Okay, so let's just, I always do vertical rows, flip it right sides together, and you need to line up this part right here. And they're going to go in opposite directions, see? They're going towards, they're going to lock right there. That's going to lock, and this is going to lock when you put these guys together. All right, hold your breath.
Okay.
Hold your breath. And I found out something when I was sewing last night. I finally said, oh my goodness, look at that. Okay, so when you press this block, see this block? It's all going in one direction away from the light triangle. It's all goes away from the light triangle, and if you get that. If you don't have that, you repress. Now, how do I know that?
Because you had to repress.
I had to repress. And that's why I made all of my pressing instructions, I highlighted them so I wouldn't make a mistake. Okay, you really want to make sure you have a 1/4 inch seam right here. Okay, it's going to lock together. So when you lock, you just slide it in and you feel it with your fingers. It will lay flat when it's locked together. And it's so much better than needing to pin. Pin is like paper piecing to me. Okay, one more down here. Okay. Now, let's check, because if it's not good now, it's not going to get any better. I have found that out. Ooh, this is going to be good. This is what you really want. You want to have matching right here, and you want to have that 1/4 inch. If that's good on that side, and then you open and you look at this one, and you go, ooh.
Good job.
Ooh. Okay, so now I'm going to take it, I'm going to flip it. These are little funny guys. Let's get rid of these little threads right here. Doo-doo. Okay, when you flip it right sides together, then you make this seam go up. On the top, it goes up, and you go underneath, and you make the underneath seam go down. Goes up on the top, and underneath it goes down. And that's what it shows right on page 12. Okay? It's in a circle. It's in a bubble. It's enlarged. When I want you to see it, I make it really big.
And bold.
And bold. Yeah, that's what Merritt does. And pretty soon the whole pattern is going to be big and bold. Okay, there's a little one to match. So how are the virgins doing? Are you impressed?
Yes.
Isn't this something? I love to sew with the Accuquilt. I absolutely love it. I love the, you don't have to do squaring up. Everything always lines up, and it's just great. Okay, I'm just locking those seams, keeping that 1/4 inch seam. I have my 1/4 inch foot. Okay, I'm nearly done. Whoop.
Eleanor, I wouldn't want to do this without the Accuquilt.
And those are good pictures too, aren't they? They're really good pictures. Okay, so this is what's important whenever you sew across this seam. You have this seam going. See how you've got the seam, the horizontal and the vertical, and you see this little diagonal seam? If you have that cross like that, it's going to look gorgeous on the other side. It has to look this good on this side, and let me look and see. And it has to look good on the opposite side. See, right there? Okay, nice?
Yes.
Okay, now I'm going to lay it flat. Oh, let's look. Ooh, do you want to see it on the other side? You want to see it on the right side?
Wow.
Looks pretty good.
Woo-hoo! I'm happy. Okay, so now we swirl clockwise, like the clock goes. Okay, just take the top one, and so we're going to, the hands are going to the right. So you lay down the right. This goes, this is 3 o'clock, lay this flat. This is 6. And when you do 6, it really opens up. And then you go 9, and it opens into the cutest little pinwheel right here. And you take your fingertip and you mush it. Mush it. Put your action into it. You mush it. And then you just press all of the seams we just sewed, 12, 3, 6, 9. And when you get that little pinwheel right in the center, every single seam, every piece is right side up. That's what's important. It's right side up. Nothing is laying over. I worked with a student just recently, and I went to her and I said, "Oh, you didn't swirl it," and she said, "Oh, I didn't want to." And I go, "Man, how could you miss that? Who would not want to have it so nice and flat right there, right?" Because it makes it look even better on the other side. And if you give it to a long arm quilter, and she breaks her needle every time she goes through that thickness. So it's real flat, and it's very, very perfect. And all of the seams all lay nice and flat the whole way out around. And then not only that, okay, Sue gets to do that
I
one.
get to press.
So then, this is the best part, because when you lay out all of your blocks, and I'll lay them out wrong side up so you can really see. So you're going, how am I going to sew all these blocks together? It doesn't matter how you lay your blocks. Every one of them is going to lock together.
There you go.
There we go. Okay. So see right here, oh, you can really see it in the red thread. See right here across, this one's going down and that one's going up. That's going to lock. Right here, this one's going down and this one's going up. And it's like that the whole way across. They're going to lock perfectly when you sew them all together. Isn't that exciting?
Yes.
And so this is my table runner that's coming. And then this is the seam that I just did. And it's all lined up.
Beautiful.
And then you add your borders, your binding, send it out, get it quilted, and you're done.
There you go.
That's it. So is that amazing? I feel like a rock star up here. Woo!
Should.
Really, really fun.